Hey guys, I'm going to talk about a very frightening situation I was just in. I'm very upset about it, and I want to talk about it because I'm assuming I'm not the only one who's had this almost happen to her. So, I was walking back from work, and with this job, I work pretty late, so my shifts tend to end between like 9:30 and 10:30 at night. So it was dark out, and because my workplace is so close to where I live, I just walk because why would I? Well, I don't have a car, but even if I did, why would I drive a block and a half? Save the environment. But I was just walking back, and in St. Paul, and coming from, a big city area and coming to a city that is not as big, I'm pretty used to just crossing the street and not worrying about cars because in St. Paul there aren't many cars out at night, or at least you'd think. And tonight it's raining. So the ground's wet. I am trying not to get rain on me. I've got my umbrella with me. Well, I didn't have it open because it was honestly drizzling and actually, no, I didn't open it, and then once the rain started falling a little harder, I opened up my umbrella and was like, okay, this is cool. I just want to get back to my apartment because I don't want to get wet. Ew. Because the Midwest has like muggy rain and I don't like it. But I was just walking and I hit a kind of big street and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to cross. And the walk signal's on, so it is my turn to go. Clearly, walk sign, human thing that says go, green is go. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm crossing. And because it's night, you got your headlights on because that's a smart thing to do. So I see a car coming, and so okay, so shoot, how do I do this? So I'm walking straight, and then there's a car coming making a left turn to cross the street I'm crossing. And it's a giant car. It's like I couldn't make out the model because it was dark, but it was like one of those huge GMC, I don't know if it was a GMC, but those huge cars that are almost trucks. They're huge. My dad has a Ford Explorer. It was bigger than that. It was a big ass car. So it's just coming. And I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna stop because I'm crossing and they should not be turning because they have a red light. I have a green light. Or actually, no, they also had a green light. But you yield to pedestrians. It was a protected left turn. But you yield to pedestrians because that's a basic rule of driving. At least it was for me when I took my driving test, 4 years ago, and I'm sure the rules haven't changed, but this giant car is just coming towards me, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna stop, and then all of a sudden, I realize they're not gonna stop. And it's going, I would say, at least 20 or 30, which is kind of fast for a turn, I think. Well, 20, no, but they're coming straight towards me, and I'm just like, no, no, no. So I just jet forward. Just run. And I get to the sidewalk and I just turn around and I see this woman just driving and I'm like, what the heck? And then this other car that was also going just drives in front of me and just splashes me with rainwater. So I'm just like, okay. Sweet. Yes. Cool. So I almost got run over by a huge car. And I'm just standing there on the sidewalk did I just almost die? Because I've almost been hit by cars before. I'm a respectful pedestrian. I don't jaywalk unless there is clearly no car coming. Well, only in St. Paul, because in California, if you jaywalk, you'll get hit because cars come out of freaking nowhere. Like, Californian drivers are ninjas. But, it was my turn. It was green. My light was green. Yeah, her light was green. But you always yield to pedestrians. That's the rule. Like, that. Like, Minnesota. Is this part of your driving, like, lessons? Like, do you guys. Because I've seen this happen before to other people. And I have also almost been hit by people turning right. Because, when you're turning right, like, again, like this was, I think, 2 years ago, I was crossing a street and it was green for me and it was red for the other person because we were like, I was going this way, this car was going this way. And it was also nighttime, like I think it was like 10 at night or something. And this lady, like, ooh, I just got a text. Well, okay, so I was going this way and it was green, and this person was going this, like, wanted to turn, but it was red, and they saw me and thought I wasn't gonna walk, even though it was my turn, and they just, like, almost hit me, but it's like, they were at a stop, like, they just would have brushed me, and of course, like, I went forward and, like, went back, like, but in this case, this was a left turn, and, like, she had her headlights on, she could clearly see me. Yes, I was wearing all black because, that's my uniform, and maybe that contributed to it. I don't know, I have black hair, maybe I was blending in to the night. I don't know. But I had a very bright red umbrella with me. So, this was just a bad situation, and I'm just really upset about it and felt like talking about it because I am sure there are many people out there who have almost been hit by drivers who don't know how to yield. And just a message out there, if you are a seasoned driver, if you've been driving for like 50 years, if you've been driving for 2, if you're if you're about to get your permit and you're doing driver's ed, please yield to pedestrians. Please. Please. Your car, your truck, your pickup truck, your Prius, your 4-wheel drive, your 4-wheel thing, your truck, your whatever, weighs at least a few thousand pounds. The average human is between like 100 and 200, 300 pounds. Like, you hit us, we go squish. Please don't make us go squish. Please. I'm just really lucky. Like, I'm feeling very lucky that I had the reflexes to run. I wish I had just moved faster, quicker, and, like, realized, I wish I had not made the assumption that this woman was going to stop her car for me, because even though it's the law and she should have, I don't know, maybe she genuinely didn't see me because I was wearing all black, even though she had her headlights on. Like, there are many factors. But the bottom line is, I could have died because her car was huge. She was going very fast, and she was not stopping. If I had been hit by her car, I probably would have broken some bones. Maybe a concussion. Worst case scenario, I could have died. And at 21 years of age, I'd rather not die this young. And I'd rather no one die because of something like this. So, yeah, just be careful out there when you're walking random places. When you're driving, just be extra, extra careful, especially at night, especially if it's raining or snowing. Just please, because this was a very frightening experience for me. And I never want to go through this again, even though I'm assuming I probably will, because this is St. Paul, Minnesota, and people don't know how to drive. But, yeah. guess the point of this video is just be careful when you're walking, when you're driving. Just be careful. Always look twice, maybe 3 times. If you're turning, please yield. And yeah, just be safe and be grateful for if this ever does happen to you and you're not hurt, because sometimes people are not as lucky as I ended up being tonight. So, yeah. Right. Bye.